Hello everybody and welcome to Gretchen Hidell. This week in astrology, I will be going over the astrological energies of March 22nd all the way until March 28th. So welcome. This is 2021. I guess I should say that because it kind of stays on the internet forever. So welcome everybody who is joining me live. Thank you so much for joining. And I go ahead and post your astrological sign below. I love hearing everybody's sign and also where you're tuning in from, where you're watching from. I'm also live here tonight on Instagram. So hey everybody on my Instagram page and also on my astrology updates page by Gretchen Hidell on Facebook. Now, also, you could be watching the pre-recorded version, and I also cross-post all this on YouTube. So if you are not already subscribed, please go over and subscribe. Gretchen Hidell on YouTube. I'm the only Gretchen Hidell on there, which is awesome sauce. So welcome everybody who's joining, and we're going to just dive in because we have a lot to talk about tonight. We have a few things going on, and you might have heard about some stuff happening in the country and what the heck is going on. Shootings and some things, crazy things. So we're just going to get into it. So tomorrow, if any of you have noticed being a little bit more, we'll just say assertive or a little bit more sharp or a little bit more pointy or a little bit more aggressive with communicating. I had a little moment today where I was a little aggressive communicating. That's because Mercury is going to form a square with Mars tomorrow, and that's going to be on Tuesday. Now, Mars is my ruling planet because I'm an Aries, so I guess I got a little fired up over something earlier today. Shocking, right? So Mercury is going to be, and that's going to be tomorrow, Tuesday on the 23rd, March 23rd. And so Mercury is actually in the sign of Pisces, and Mars is in Gemini. So if you are a Pisces or you are a Gemini, or like I said, if you're an Aries or a Scorpio even, definitely this will affect you. And if you're one of the other mutable signs, so just to remind you, mutable signs, Gemini and Sagittarius, and Pisces and Virgo. Okay, so we'll be feeling this kind of astrological energy. Hello, everybody who is joining. I love it. Saying hi, Encounter Boston on Instagram said, that explains things. Yeah, a little sharp and pointy today. Big Brother Light said, thinking happy thoughts. It's like Bob, oh gosh, I forget his last name, the painter. Happy little trees. That's what we got to be thinking in our heads, because that Mercury forming a square with Mars can be quite contentious. Remember, Mars is the god of war. And so there was unfortunately a shooting today, or a threatening of shooting. I didn't catch the whole thing. Somebody just texted me about that. Bob Ross, yes, thank you. Somebody said there. Jane Moon Wolf is joining. Hello. Oh, Diedrich, hello, welcome. I'm so glad you joined tonight. Darlene, Angela, oh my gosh, so many people. Brian from Fillmore, California, welcome. We have a lot of people in Vermont, but also all across America, which I think is pretty cool and sweet. I think it's so much fun. Brian said, we need donuts kind of day. Yes, Bob Ross, exactly. Thinking happy little trees and happy little clouds. And so Mercury is how we talk, how we communicate. It's also cars and vehicles and airplanes and all that kind of stuff. It's how we travel. But also Mars is the god of war. So when they form a square, think squaring off. If you can't remember the names for astrology, really has its own language, let's face it. So if you can't remember all the names of, like, what does that mean? A square, a trine, a rectangle, what is all that? So a square is squaring off. So just think contentious. It's contentious energy. And so when we communicate, we might communicate a little bit more pointedly today or tomorrow, and there could be anger. This is a time of being very assertive when we communicate, even in writing. So angry texting or emailing when we're a little annoyed, irritated, pissed off. Okay, we got to make sure that we have a little bit more patience. Okay. because today and tomorrow on Tuesday the 23rd, so it'll be coming to a peak or a height or a maximum, okay, is tomorrow night on Tuesday the 23rd, March 23rd, and that's going to be at 11:26 p.m. Eastern Time, so earlier than that if you're out on the West Coast, and so it was at 8:26 p.m. on the West Coast. That'll be the max and the peak of it, but remember, it takes a little while to kind of get there. We're going up the mountain right now, and then you get to the top, and then you come down, okay, on the other side. And so we'll be on the other side on Wednesday, or at least starting to come down the mountain on Wednesday. But as we peak toward the peak of it, that's when it gets real intense. And to add fuel to the fire, if you will, then the moon tomorrow also goes into Leo around almost 6 p.m. Eastern Time, so then we're more apt to roar like a lion. So we really want to be, right now the moon is in Cancer, so that could be even a little crabby, and then we get into Leo, and that can roar like a lion, and we can throw some spectacular tantrums when the moon is in Leo. So we really want to watch our communicating, okay? Because even when we don't mean to be pointed, like I wasn't meaning to be pointed earlier on when I was in this meeting that I was in, but I guess I came maybe across that way, and that was even my own self-analysis. I don't even know if that's true, but I was Aries fired up. We're gonna make a change. So anyway, it was all for the greater good, if you will. But that's basically see, even though I'm an astrologer, doesn't mean I'm immune to these things. Okay, I just can name them, and I didn't even look at the calendar before I went into the meeting, and I was like, oh, whoops! I wish I had seen that before I went in there. But anyway, so Mercury is going to form a square with Mars. So Mars is the god of war. And that can bring a lot of contentiousness, anger. Now, let's say you're a person who's shy, who doesn't like to say no, who's more of a people pleaser, who's less assertive, and maybe being assertive is hard for you. Well, if you're that person, these things can help you, okay? These things can make you a little bit more like, finally, I'm going to put my foot down, you know? These things can be beneficial. But if you're a person like myself who very often speaks her mind, then sometimes that can tip us over into the zip it, you know, we got to zip it. So it's funny, I often get people that say, well, is this good or bad? Well, it depends. I mean, because that can be a blessing or not, you know, depending on which end of the spectrum you are. If you're, like Jane Moonwolf said, if you're setting a boundary today with expediency, I like that. I like that a lot. Dear Brother Light said, yes, cancers are definitely emotional. Yeah, I was, arguments and driving issues today, yes. Hey, Kate from Chicago, welcome. I love that. Yeah, you had a car. Actually, I'll just tell you, on Saturday night when I was driving, I saw somebody almost get T-boned within like seconds. It was like a shaving of a T-bone situation where somebody drove through a red light, and even though Saturday, you know, not much was going on except for the sun did go into Aries that day. I shouldn't say nothing was going on. It was the sun went into Aries, and Aries can get aggressive. And then Mars yesterday on Sunday, Mars was forming a trine with Saturn, and I wrote about that on my Astro Updates page, Astrology Updates, where, you know, even if it's positive, even if it's a, you know, good trine, you know, is good, considered to be good, and the planets are all getting along, and that's great, except for you got to look at the players, and Mars is the god of war, and then Saturn is like life lessons and obstacles and things like that. So they're not fun players. They're a little serious. So even like I said, driving Saturday night, I saw some of this aggressiveness. Mars is pretty active in the last couple days. So Mars is quite aggressive and assertive. So, and this can also give us a lot more energy, and it can be a little bit more, you know, have a little more spunk, we'll just say. We'll be spunky, okay? And so, you know, that's the thing of it, is that we can get really fired up with Mars. So Now, and I'm laughing, and I think that this is, I'm laughing at spunky, but for real, Mars can be quite horrible to deal with. It's like we had a big Mars thing on the time that our capital was stormed, on January 6th. That was a Mars thing, and oh my gosh, that was crazy. That was when Mars actually moved into Gemini on that day. But whenever Mars is really active, you got to look for that. There can be a lot of sharpness and fighting and aggression and stuff like that. So before you angry text or get hangry and you don't eat enough food and you're irritable and grouchy and grumpy, or you didn't get enough sleep, or whatever thing it is, if you can have the consciousness to take a minute, okay, and just pause for a second before moving forward, because that's the thing. And Mars, like I said, can, and Brother Light also said about driving, you can be driving like an aggressive sort of way, tailgating, cutting people off. Other people are going to be that way right now. So all you very smart folks out there that are watching me live, you guys get the inside scoop, or even on the pre-record, you get the inside scoop, and then you know how to deal with these energies. And you go, oh, Gretchen said people are going to be grumpy at work. Got it. Or people are going to be, kind of whatever. And we can even get fired up over something. Now, I do talk about how anger can be energy. It can be good energy sometimes, because you can get fired up over something that you feel is like injustice, like hate crimes, okay, and protests. You can that's that spunky energy that can get us, up and fired up, and it can really create some change. But just keep in mind it's squares. Now, when we get into closer to the end of the week on Friday, on the 26th, on March 26th, and people are just really posting like crazy. I love it. I love it. I love it. Brother Light said, I wish them safety and to be safe towards others. Yes, exactly. Wendy Martin. Okay. One of my viewers, Wendy Martin, sent me this beautiful necklace. I finally went to my office, Wendy, and I picked up my beautiful necklace. She sent me a gift. And by the way, I'll skip over it, but I'm not going to, because I'm going to be a little self-indulgent here, because it's my broadcast, but it's my birthday this week on Wednesday. And I hate to say, but it's a big milestone birthday for me. So yes, I'm turning 30 again. So on March 24th, that's my birthday. But Wendy was so sweet and nice and dear. She did send me this labradorite necklace that she made, and it's so beautiful. And I'm going to talk a lot about labradorite tonight because, or not a lot, but some, because it's Libra. So thank you, everybody who's wishing you happy birthday. You guys are awesome. Last year, I basically had my birthday right after the United States went into lockdown, so I couldn't really celebrate last year. And then this year, we're still kind of quasi in lockdown, and I haven't gotten my vaccine yet. So I'm getting gypped out of my birthday. So I'm going to say it on here so that we can celebrate together. So thank you, everybody. You guys are awesome, awesome, awesome. So, so Friday, when we get into Friday, that's going to be on March 26th. Okay. And that's this coming Friday, TGIF. We're going to have a lovely overnight between Thursday and Friday night. So you guys on the West Coast are going to be able to get the benefit of this on Friday night or Thursday night. But at 2:58 a.m. Eastern time, so the day before, if you're on the West Coast, the Sun is going to form a conjunction with Venus, the goddess of love and beauty, both in Aries. Okay, conjunction means right on top of each other. Okay, so that'll be quite lovely, and that's like the yearly when the Sun and Venus kind of meet up, and that's a wonderful, wonderful thing. Sometimes they meet up when Venus is retrograde. Sometimes they meet up when Venus is going direct, whichever direction. But that's basically what the deal is. And so that is great for love. Now, it's in an independent sign. So if you think of Aries, and I'm going to talk a lot about this dichotomy that we have, because we also have the full moon coming in Libra. And Libra and Aries are the opposite of each other. So I'm going to be describing this Aries energy first, and then it also applies to the full moon. Okay, so listen up. It applies to the full moon, who's in the opposite sign of Aries, which is Libra. So on Friday, like I said, Thursday night, Friday morning, we're going to have that beautiful, lovely conjunction with the Sun and Venus in Aries. Now, Aries is a super independent sign. It's like hashtag don't tell me what to do. Okay. Aries tends to be a little bit argumentative, aggressive, all those types of qualities. We are self-starters, and so when we talk about Venus, the Sun and Venus meeting up, by the way, last weekend, I talked about this a little bit because we had the spring equinox, and that's when the Sun moves into Aries. And then the next day, so on the 20th and then on the 21st of March, we had Venus move into Aries. So they're both they're hanging out this whole week, really. And so that hopefully can mitigate any of the damage that's done on Tuesday with this Mercury-Mars situation, where we can get back to love pretty quickly. But when we talk about Venus and the Sun being together, the Sun is the ego, it's totality. If you think about it, right? We all revolve around the Sun. The Sun is the big main showstopper, right? And then you have Venus meeting up with that. That's love and beauty, sensuality, and we can't forget finances are associated with Venus too. A lot of people forget about that. We can't buy all that art and beautification if we don't have some money, honey. Okay, so Venus can secondarily be finances, and also, like I said, she's the goddess of love and beauty. So when you think of beauty, who does Venus rule? Taurus and Libra. So like I said, we're going to be talking about Libra here in a second. So the goddess Venus is in a very sort of masculine sign right now. Aries is a masculine sign. And so Aries is actually ruled by Mars. So it's almost like Venus and Mars had a baby. It would be like Venus and Aries, okay? So that's a less kind of gentler, sensual Venus sign. In fact, it's more about domination and conquest and fighting for what's right and all that stuff. I know a lot. I told you guys on the last Monday night broadcast, I know a lot of Venus and Aries women that are all about the challenge. Okay, they're wanting to chase and to be the driver of the relationship and make all these decisions and do all the things, which is fine. Okay, that's great. But they're addicted to the conquest. They're addicted to the challenge. So they pick men who are more archetypally maybe feminine, or they pick, and this is in a heterosexual dynamic, or they pick men that maybe will never commit to them, and then they're perpetually just chasing them. Now, when a male has Venus in Aries, that can be a little bit more comfortable, even if the male is gay. It doesn't matter. It's a little bit more of a comfortable, because it's considered to be archetypally associated with men or male energy. So we want to make sure that we aren't too aggressive with our hunting of a partner. If you guys are single out there, that can create some aggressiveness, both in men and women. Men, we gotta, you make sure that you have the actual green light. Okay, no means no. And also, you want to be able to not just long and hunt and try to coerce and get someone to like you, but actually just have someone like you and you accept that. How about that, right? Accepting the love that we're getting and appreciating and the gratitude that we have. A lot of people who are addicted to the hunting, a lot of fire Venus people are like that, especially Sagittarius and Aries. Leo is a little bit better, I think, is accepting, but So Wendy said, just started dating an Aries. You had to put him in his place right at the bat. You're not going to be controlled. Very passionate. That's good. Awesome. Well, that's good. Well, yeah, you can't be a pushover because Aries doesn't like that. But you don't want to also have this power dynamic, because that can be just uncomfortable, So those two are going to be meeting up on Thursday and Friday. So how can we use this, right, for our benefit? This is a great time to buy artwork, to buy any kind of a beauty regimen, get your hair done, buy artwork, what did I already said that, buying clothing, any kind of thing, jewelry, okay, any kind of wonderful thing that you can think of with beauty. It is all about Venus, okay, energy, and so there's that. So we might be talking a lot about love tonight. I have the feeling we have a few people on saying it. Empowered Venus. Yes, that Venus is Venus in Aries is not going to take any crap, basically. So there's that. But we're going to have a lot of that Venus energy coming on Friday, so that's good. That's a cool thing. And the Sun going into Venus, we're going to just be a little bit, more charming, and some of that sharper energy that we had with the aggressiveness of Mercury forming a square with Mars earlier in the week is going to kind of dissipate somewhat, but it's not going to be totally gone. And why is that? Because we still have the full moon. Now, the full moon is going to be coming at 2:48 p.m. Eastern Time on the 28th, which is Sunday. Okay, so almost 3 p.m. on Sunday afternoon is the height of the full moon this week. And I want to spend some time talking about the full moon, and then I want to get into some questions. But I want to spend some time talking about this full moon because we have a lot of Aries, Libra energy interplaying here, and that's basically going to be like sort of an interesting thing. So just like I said, yes, and it's going to be a super moon too, super full moon. So we're going to have, I believe we're going to have, I have to double check, but I believe we're going to have super moons like pretty much all this spring, and then that's it. So it's going to be like March, April, May, I think, something like that, and then we'll be done the super moons for this year. But it'll be like, it's going to be pretty close to the Earth. So Libra, like I said, is ruled by Venus, the goddess of love and beauty. Now we have a lot of Aries energy active, and whenever the full moon takes place, like whatever sign is in season, which we're in Aries season right now, that's when the sun between the month of March and April, okay, is in Aries. That means that whatever full moon's happening is the opposite, okay, of that sign. So the full moon is always, the sun and moon are always opposite. So the sun is going to be at 8 degrees Aries, and then the moon is going to be 8 degrees Libra on Sunday this weekend. So I always say you have to kind of look at it as like a balancing act. So Aries, like I've talked to you guys, we're in Aries season. It's fighting, sticking up for being independent, being autonomous, having a sense of self is all Aries stuff, and we're in that. Where the tension or contention lies is where Aries has to learn how to chill out, okay, and play a little bit more like a Libra. Now, Libra energy is all about balance, fairness, beauty, get along, mediation. Everybody, please just stop fighting, okay? That's Libra energy, and that's where the two kind of come into play. Now, in sessions, a lot of times when I'm talking to my Libras, I'm like, you guys got to learn to stick up for yourselves, okay? You got to learn how to say no. You got to learn how to sometimes, shake the scales up. Libra is the scales, and that's the balance. Literally, like it's Lady Justice, right? I mean, it's all about balance. And so us Aries have to chill out, and then the Libras have to kind of get, I always say, stick up for yourselves, The life lesson of Libra is all about learning how to be in a relationship, but the life lesson of Aries is learning independence and sticking up for oneself. So you can see how these two kind of play. Aries is the natural ruler of the first house, which opposes the Libra, which is the natural ruler of the seventh house. First house is self, seventh house is the house of marriage in a chart. Okay, so oh, goodness. So these two are kind of coming into this interlock, okay, is what we call the full moon. And that's where we find a lot of tension and contention around the full moon time, because the planets are always opposite. So as we walk up the mountain, okay, Friday, Saturday, Sunday is the peak, and then Monday, okay, basically that's where we will feel more tension. So even though on one hand we have this beautiful alignment between the Sun and Venus, they're both going to be opposing the moon once we get to Sunday. Okay, so Venus will oppose the moon as well. So we might have to decide this weekend which is more important. Which side of the team do we need to be on more? Are we always alone, always independent, always single, always doing everything for oneself? If that's the case, we might have to learn how to play well with others. Okay, you know, there's no I in teamwork, right? Isn't that the saying? Well, then we have to be a little bit more like Libras. Now, if we're always in relationships, maybe we're a little codependent, maybe we're a little enmeshed, okay, having a meshment, and we disappear in relationships. We give up our needs for our lover or our partner, and you know, our love and our partner becomes everything in our world. Then we need to be a little bit more like Aries, okay? So when you think of balancing, you want to think about balancing and counterbalancing these two needs and desires. Somewhere in the middle is called interdependence, where it's a healthy thing. Like if you're in a relationship, you're able to know, okay, like you're here, I'm here. And then we meet in the middle sometimes. It's not like I'm codependent on you and you're codependent on me, or we're weirdly enmeshed somehow and we can't do anything without each other. And then vice versa. If you're single, or if you're in a very one-sided, lopsided kind of situation, this is going to be that duality. Okay, that these two are. Brother Light said there is an I in independent. That is true. The scales of Libra are always about balancing, okay? So we're going to have to figure out something this weekend is going to come up. Now, how that can translate in real life is there could be an argument coming with a partner, especially if you feel like your needs are not being met. Or, you know, you might feel a little lonely. I mean, like there's some stuff that might come up around relationships, in particular this weekend, which could be a little hard. You know, some of this stuff can be hard. So, you know, I had to bring some of my stones with me, and for sure, the one stone that can help with a lot of this, we all need to have this. I actually put this under my bed, and I will put the point sticking up towards me, okay, under my bed, of where I only get one side of the bed, even though I'm alone. I don't have a partner that I sleep with. I have dogs all around me, so I have to sleep in this one little tiny corner of my bed. So I put the rose quartz underneath my bed. But rose quartz is a wonderful stone for love and self-love and loving another and loving yourself and all that kind of stuff. I love rose quartz. It's one of my favorite stones, because I always feel like we all could use some love or self-love. Even if you're completely narcissistic, you need some love, because really the wound of narcissism comes from not being loved. Usually that is usually the core root. There's a wounding going on there. So everybody needs love. So I would definitely say rose quartz, if you guys have any. It's a beautiful pink stone. Any of the heart chakra stones are wonderful stones to access this beautiful Libra energy, okay, because we're going to be thinking all about like our relationships this weekend, and even really the end of the week, Thursday and Friday too. I mean, so all that's going to be love, and we're going to be talking a lot about that. So I would definitely say green is another color of the heart chakra. So pink and green are those two heart chakra stones, which I think go really well together. Any of the different ones. Now I have a beautiful fluorite, which I wanted to show you, which is Kuan Yin. It's a little statue of Kuan Yin. For some reason on Instagram it looks really like pale green, but it looks really nice on Facebook. And so Kuan Yin was said to be, she was like the fairness, right? The balance. She was said to have been on the council of who gets in heaven and who doesn't. And Kuan Yin would stick up for you. She's the goddess of, I think it was mercy. But she'll stick up for you and she'll say, oh, it wasn't that bad, you know, and the other people are like, no, get out, you know, and she'll be like, let him in, you know. So when we think about forgiveness and forgiving ourselves, you know, too, I mean, Kuan Yin, she is a beautiful, and I pulled this out because it's fluorite, actually, is the green stone. But yeah, she was the goddess of mercy. And so I think about that, you know, with Libra energy, because when you think about balance, you know, you think of justice system, you know, you can think of court issues, justice, any of that kind of stuff. So the archangel that is associated, okay, with, and I like to talk about the archangels, as you know, is Jophiel. And I brought my cards tonight. I did remember them this time. Isn't that wonderful? Jophiel is the archangel that is associated most with Libra. Okay, and so her nickname, and when I say a gender, it's kind of, archangels are sort of considered to be genderless, because, hello, they're archangels. But a lot of people refer to Jophiel as a female, so I'm just going to say female, or archetypally female, more feminine energy. Was considered to be the beauty of God, okay? So that's her nickname. And so when you think of Archangel Jophiel, and you think of this Libra energy, she's going to be real active this week. So she's the archangel that influences beauty, and she is said to be the archangel of feng shui. She beautifies everything, okay? So she's all about nature. She's all about finding peace and harmony in your surroundings, your house, your, like, wherever you are, like if you have a workspace, or I don't know, if you live in your car, or whatever it is. She wants you to have beautification around your home, and harmony, peace, harmony, beautification, like spiritually, physically, okay, literally, harmony and peace and beauty of your home, and then also spiritually. So you want to look at Archangel Jophiel if you're having any kind of stuff around your house. You know, if you're feeling like there's too much negative energy in your home or in your workspace, she is said to restore the balance there. So yeah, so it's something that you want to call upon Archangel Jophiel, okay, when we need a little bit of help in that department. She also helps with sort of negative beliefs, and when we think of beauty, sometimes we feel less than beautiful. In fact, she is said to help people, if you're having like body shaming of yourself, body dysmorphia, okay, where you feel like you're really fat, or you feel like your hair's really ugly, or whatever thing it is. If you have an area of your body that you hate, which I think a lot of us females, at least, and most likely men too, the fashion industry and a lot of things really give us this sometimes negative beliefs about ourselves. Like if we all don't look like whoever's it, you know, Kim Kardashian or whoever it is, like that we're not gorgeous. Hello, we're okay, we're good. Our butt's too big and butt's too small. the lips are too big, the lips are too small. Whatever thing it is, if you have this negative self-belief about yourself, Archangel Jophiel is called upon to help imbue you with self-acceptance. So I think that that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. I know a lot of people that need that help, and including myself. I've been, you know, guilty of doing that, you know, self body shaming and things like that. And so I'm Eastern European, you know, girl, and I'm not meant to be the size of this, and that's okay. I've worked a long time on that in myself, and I really feel like Archangel Jophiel, you know, helps with that. So again, this self-love, when we think of self-love, we think of that beautiful rose quartz, okay, energy. And so I know a lot of people out there that could use little Archangel Jophiel help. So if you're having any kind of thing, well, when I was looking at the cards associated with Archangel Jophiel, we get the card of nature and outdoors, okay? And again, when you look at nature, nature is beautiful. You know, the sky and the birds and the tulips, and it's this time of year, they're crocuses and all the different things, right? Archangel Jophiel is outdoors in nature and connecting with the beauty. So if you get a chance, go for a walk, you know. You know, if you're feeling a little ungrounded with this full moon energy, go for a walk, get outside, enjoy nature. I mean, I'm so lucky to be in Vermont, because basically, you know, obviously it's beautiful here, but even if you live in downtown Manhattan or something, you could always find a little corner of the world that has like a tree and a little patch of grass, you know. Clear your space is the other card. These are Doreen Virtue cards. They're no longer in print. It almost always happens where someone asks me, but clear your space, Archangel Jophiel, is this card. Get rid of clutter. Clear the energy around you. Use feng shui. So when we think about, I wrote about this on my astrology page about the energy around spring cleaning, you know, when it's associated with Aries, and getting rid of like all the stuff, the debris, the dead leaves, and all of the different things. We want to be able to, you know, clear all that out of there, okay? And then so we can welcome that new energy. That's the spring equinox energy, and we still have that going on right now for sure. And also she's an angel that's gardening. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's the card of patience, Archangel Jophiel, right? Slow down, okay? Your dreams are blooming more rapidly than you realize. Still, they need nurturing and patience. So it's like, it's about like this beautiful self-acceptance. I love Archangel Jophiel, and that's Libra energy, okay? So you lucky Libras, you get, that's your Archangel if anybody out there is a Libra, or if you know about Libra. And so she helps us to clear out the, like, kind of the naughty bits that we might be holding on to. If we have a bunch of clutter, if we have a bunch of papers to be shredded or filed, if we have a bunch of, I don't know, like dead leaves, whatever thing it is, Archangel Jophiel clears that out, okay, and then helps us to bring in new, beautiful energy. And so beauty, you know, when we think of Libra, I always talk about Gwyneth Paltrow, because she is like Libra times 10. Like, she's got so many planets Libra, it's crazy. And the last time I looked at her chart, that I can remember, all that Libra was in the 7th house, which is the natural area of Libra. So she's got a lot of Libra energy, and she, you know, she's like a fashion icon, you know, and a beauty icon. That's literally what she does. Her Goop is the name of her online magazine. Oh my God, she, like, you know, recommends a face cream, and boop, sells for $40,000, like one face cream, you know, it's crazy. So I'm exaggerating, by the way, but she's very Libra. When I think of Libra, I think of her energy is so Libra. And so it's one of those things that for real, that Libra energy is beautiful. Archangel Jophiel helps with that. And so when you think about, you know, beauty's not superficial. We always think about beauty kind of in a more superficial way, but if you don't feel, you want to feel beautiful inside and outside, okay? And so that's Archangel Jophiel energy, which I think is lovely. So during this full moon, this is the perfect time to burn or destroy your new moon manifestation list that we just wrote a few weeks ago. And that's going to be on Sunday afternoon around 3 p.m. Eastern time, around noon. Okay. It'll be 2:48 p.m. excuse me, Eastern time, and then noon on the West Coast. So yeah, beauty. Somebody said, Brother Light said, beauty begins from within. That's right. You know, we can be beautiful on the outside. We have all met those people, right? I have certainly people that seemed beautiful or attractive, and then they're quite ugly on the inside. So, you know, when we look at beauty, we want to like look a little deeper and think about our soul. And then there's been people that initially I was like, not as attractive, and then I got to know them, and they were like I couldn't even think of them. Like, I just thought of them as just beautiful people. So it's beautiful. That's the one thing. A lot of people curse being empathic. I do not. A lot of people say, I don't want this gift, this is too hard, I hate it, blah blah blah. I do not, because I feel like it makes it so that you can see a person's soul. Oh my God, how awesome is that? And a lot of times the soul is beautiful, just absolutely beautiful. So that's, I think, is a wonderful thing. Yeah, so anybody, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to post below, because I'm gonna take a few questions. I can't take all the questions, but I will take a few for this week. And whatever you want to meditate, I would say meditate on your beauty, on your relationships, and how much love, the love starts with self. When you think of Aries, love starts with self, and then you can give to another, okay? It's an inside job. So I feel like the energy originates with the Aries energy, the self energy. But then once we get this kind of worked out, no, not perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. That's all. You don't have to be perfect to love. You just have to be able to give, and to show up in a really beautiful way for yourself, and then showing up for another. A partner, okay, and that's the two that we're talking about, being Aries and Libra, okay. So yeah, and that can be contentious. There can be things that come up this weekend because it's full moon. Full moon gets stressful a little bit. That's just part of full moon energy. Sometimes full moon energy is a little bit more stressful because of the contention, the paradox between the two signs, but it doesn't have to be. It's what you make of it, right? Okay. All right. So let's see. Maggie. Oh, there's a baby. Ollie. His name is Ollie. So Maggie has a grandson, okay, that she's welcoming. Okay. Congratulations, Maggie, here on Facebook. She just welcomed a grandson, it looks like. I have met him in spirit long before he came. I'm so glad he's here on this planet. So congratulations, Maggie. Like and share with your friends, by the way. If you guys are watching this broadcast, I made it public so you can share it if you'd like. Okay. So, what do we need to know about Ollie? Quite sensitive soul. When was Ollie born? So is he an Aries after all, or is he a Pisces? Quite sensitive. He might have a lot of Piscean energy anyway, because there's a lot of Pisces. There's still Pisces going on, Mercury's and Pisces and whatnot. So we got some Aries and Pisces energy. He might be a combo deal like me. I'm an Aries Pisces combo. But he's a sensitive little being. Archangel Haniel. You're extra sensitive to energies and emotions right now. Honor yourself and your feelings. He might be a little more fussy, a little crying, a little more fussy, Aries sun, Cancer moon. Oh gosh, so he'll definitely be sensitive there, this Cancer moon for sure. So when was that? Was he just born? Because the moon went into Cancer just yesterday, so he must be just a newbie. I wasn't sure. So, but he's a little sensitive. I don't know why, but I just feel like he might be like a little, he was born this morning. Oh, congratulations. Yay. Give my best to the couple, Danielle. Somebody feels a little odd. I think it might be him. He might have a little, I don't know why. I kind of feel like a little bit of like tummy or digestion or something. I mean, he's so new. I don't know why I'm getting like something in the stomach or the digestion. Oh, it was tonight. Oh my gosh. So he's really new, like 3 hours ago. Beautiful new light, new soul. I felt like I saw him in a session. Gosh, it had to have been years ago. 3-4 years ago. It's really cool when people come to see me and if they have a baby around them, they kind of like move with the person as like a dot. I have a dot literally behind me, but I'm not having a baby, by the way. But it's like the person moves and then the dot moves. Like it's like this little beam of light, okay, is like when someone has a baby around them or fertility. By the way, this is spring equinox, so fertility. But yeah, like a person sometimes will have a dot with them or a soul with them way before they even come into the planet. So it's really cool. And they'll stay with that person until they finally have a baby. I mean, gosh, I think I had one person that it took them almost 8 years to conceive, but I kept seeing this child and was always around them. So that's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Hey, Brody, Hans, how you doing? Welcome. Well, tell the happy couple I said hello. For some reason, there's a stomach. I kind of feel a little stomach thing, but I can't tell if it's the baby or Danielle. But there's a little upset tummy situation. But I mean, she just gave birth, so you know. I mean, let's just say that. Okay, let me see, Lori. Messages about career considering a shift. Ooh, okay. Let's see here. Some of the questions. So if you guys want to ask a question, I didn't see any on Instagram, I don't think. I am trying to look back. I can't look back all the way, but if anybody has questions for me, I'm going to pull a card for Lori. Lori, are you still on? Kind of wave your hand at me here on Facebook. And she wants to know about career shifts. Okay. I have different deck of cards I'll be using. Also Doreen Virtue cards. I have a lot of Doreen Virtue cards. And they are all out of print, unfortunately. So Lori, what does Lori need to know about her career? Oh, Well, I hope you're not shifting out of what you're doing, Lori. I don't want you to shift completely out of what you're doing. I don't know if you're here. Oh, yeah. Okay, she said here. Yay. Okay. Because you're about to get some recognition for whatever it is you're doing, okay? So I would not shift out of the field. Now, if you're about to make a shift, let's say on a marketing thing or a PR thing or some kind of, then that would be good because you're getting the card of recognition, Lori. So you're about to get recognized. You and your accomplishments are receiving appreciation and honors, and share your gifts with the world, okay? Or share your art with the world, but it's gifts, really. And so allow others to enjoy your work. You have to pay attention to your dreams, okay? So Spirit is trying to download you with some dreams. Like, I feel like you might need to do like a new, I don't know why, I feel like it's PR, marketing, ad campaign, social media, some kind of a thing, it feels like, in reference to that. So I hope that helps. But I would put more time or effort into that part of it, but I don't want you to walk away completely from what, I almost feel like if you walk away now, it's just gonna, it's not, like, I don't want you to walk away. I hope that wasn't what you were asking anyway, but I don't want you to walk away because I feel like you're just about, like, it's like you're running a race and you can see the finish line, but you're like so close, but just, almost there. And that is, I really do feel that would be good for you. So I kind of gave you guys a little teaser, but I said I was going to talk about labradorite. I'm sorry, labradorite is this stone. Lapis lazuli is this stone. These are also Libra stones, and so anything that helps you communicate, Lori, so like, marketing, PR, publishing, advertising, some kind of thing, I want you to be able to use that. And so these types of stones are good for that kind of stuff, communicating effectively and all that, and getting yourself out there, because I really do feel that's going to be a thing. I'm going to read you the message on this card. So it's, you are receiving divine guidance while you sleep. Even if you don't remember your dreams, the answers are in your unconscious mind, where they appear in order to help you. So you're getting I call it being downloaded while you sleep. And so I think that's something that you're receiving, okay? Could even be from Spirit. Spirit sometimes talks to us when we're in our sleep too, and it's called a visitation dream. I don't know if anybody ever had those, but they're pretty cool. Hope that helps. Do it. Don't hold back. Do it. Do it. Remember what I said last week. There's no retrograde planets right now. None. Not until the end of April. So if there's something you guys want to do it now. Do it now. Aries is all about do it now. I mean, I don't know. I should look that up and see what the birthday of Nike is, but just do it, right? That's a great slogan for Aries. Just do it. So yeah, do it now. Okay. Okay, Stephanie, okay, on Instagram said, what does Friday have in store for you? You're fun. You're fun. You're fun. Yes, yes, Andrea, just do it. Okay, Stephanie. Okay, Stephanie, this is an interesting thing, girl, because I kind of am I'm getting like, it's like I feel like I'm completely being torn into two minds here. Stephanie, to answer your question, you said, what's in store for Friday? What I feel like I should be responding to you is something about your work, something about your company or your business. You are have an agent or manager or some kind of a person that's outside of you to help you to expand on your work. I don't know why, but I feel like I'm supposed to say that to you. I'm like, that's kind of like what you want me to say. Or that you want me to talk about, but I feel like there's something going on in the love zone. And so I would say, I don't know if that's like a person you're talking to or some kind of a thing on Friday also, but I feel like there's a couple things coming on Friday. And it feels like in those two areas, it literally feels like my head is like being like ripped apart into two zones. So that means you have a couple things coming. You have a couple things happening. And so that is definitely the deal. Wendy Martin made me this necklace, so I don't know if you have a website, Wendy, but you're thinking you should have a website. Okay, so Stephanie, I don't know if you're still on Instagram here, but I feel like when it comes to the bigger vision of the love thing, that's still not quite in fruition yet. I don't know if you're actually talking to somebody or some kind of thing like that. I want you to create a vision board. Okay, when it comes to love and to really know or feel what it is that you want to attract. Okay, remember we were talking about Libra versus Aries energy, and you want to be able to attract what you want. Okay, so I feel like literally like there's two minds. Like I almost feel like you wanted me to talk about one thing, but the angels are like kind of hollering at me to talk about another thing. I feel like you have a meeting, though, on Friday that is going to go quite well. You just got to stay really focused with what it is that you want to get out of this meeting. I want you to be very specific. I want you to, just do it, right? Like, just kind of ask for what it is that you want, you need. Like, if you want a certain pay or you want a certain whatever it is, you got to ask for it, okay? I hope that helps. You are getting daily practice, too, by the way. Daily practice, like every day you got to just do something little, something. You feel torn too. She said, I feel very torn. I know. I feel like my head is being ripped up with like two minds. Like it's like you're scattered a little bit. So daily practice means you got to like put a little bit of effort, a little bit of time, a little bit of energy into your goals or dreams and what it is you want every single day. What is the meeting that you're going to be having on Friday? Because I feel like there's a meeting or some kind of a thing, Zoom or phone or something that you're going to be talking to someone about business. I'm feeling some wheeling and dealing, some business stuff here. It could be Thursday or Friday. Wendy said she's thinking of doing a craft show circuit. Yes, of course. Absolutely. Yes. Yes, that is a yes. There you go, Wendy. I didn't even have to do it. I don't know if you saw that. It flipped out. Okay, motivation, Wendy. So you have to pray for guidance as to how to increase your enthusiasm for and focus on this project. So you just have to do it. Like, you have to be motivated to do it. When you think of law of attraction, remember the word action is an attraction, right? So you have to take little steps, okay, little steps, okay, in each and every day. To get toward your dreams, not just Stephanie just replied, one meeting is for business stuff and one could be a love interest. Yes, that's exactly right. It was two things. My brain is like, So yes, so I would say stick with whatever it is you want. Okay, both of them feel good, by the way. I don't know that it's like, I don't know if it's a future husband's type material, but I do think that it's all good practice. Okay, so I would definitely say, but especially if you have a business thing, you want to stick to your guns. But here's the thing. All right, you guys, I'm gonna just give you the skinny, and then I'll have to get going because it's almost time. But what we have found, dating and relationship coaches, what we have found is typically, now obviously there's going to be a billion people that go, that's not true for me. That's okay. You might be the minority though. What we have found, the majority, is if somebody's kind of love zone is messed up, oftentimes their relationship with money is messed up. And if someone's relationship with money is good, oftentimes love is good. And you might think of somebody like, let's say you think of somebody who's like really wealthy and you think, well, they're really wealthy, so of course their love is going to be good. That's not necessary. That's not necessarily the reason why. It comes down to value and self-value. Okay, when we look at the money relationship with love and money. So this kind of came from Stephanie's question, but also I do feel that there's a lot of us out there that need to hear this, because it kind of, if you have scarcity in one department, sometimes you have scarcity in both departments. Because if you think about it, scarcity. So it's like, if you don't believe in yourself, how are you going to get someone else to believe in you? And how are you going to believe in yourself, right? So this is like this kind of symbiosis that sort of happens in a negative way. So if you can value yourself and get your worth, usually you can value yourself and get your worth in a relationship, a love relationship too. Okay, so if you're kind of like, alone in poverty, blah, 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 then there's something going on. There's a connection between those two. We have found that a lot in dating and relationship coaching, that often a person's money, worth, self-worth, self-value, or if they give away their money, they're giving away their value when it comes to dating and relationship world. So I'm not saying you're doing this, Stephanie, but your question, because it was so related with business and love, it's kind of like this similar answer. Value yourself in business and in love. Okay, so when you have good value, other people can sense it, and then you won't get the users, the liars, the narcissists, the manipulators, okay, because they're connecting with a little piece inside that says, maybe I'm not good enough, right? There's a little connection there, okay? So when you heal it up, Archangel Jophiel will help you heal that up, and then you can get more value. You can get your money. Okay, I've seen people do that when their love department goes up, the money goes up, or their money goes up, then the love goes up. It's all like kind of intertwined and interconnected. I can do another video about that if you guys have any questions about that, but I really do feel when you start to value yourself as a person, it's pervasive. Like, just like not valuing yourself or not loving yourself is pervasive too. Having that self-value and that self, be a high value woman or man. You don't be putting up with these shenanigans from these men or women, that you might be dating, whatever way. Doesn't matter. Don't be giving away your power and all that. It's beautiful to have interdependence. Let's see. Oh, okay. There's a whole conversation going on about Joanne's gut here. I don't know, somehow I missed all this. Joanne, okay, bad stomach. Ooh, okay. Okay, so I would say listen to Andrea because she's a wonderful, wonderful physician. Joanne, I don't know if you're still on. Yeah, you should probably go to the doctor. You do sound like you have IBS or colitis or some kind of a off gut situation. Okay, Joanne, and it feels actually quite painful. I'm just going to tell you that too. I'm getting a lot of sharp pains in that area when I'm tuning into you, Joanne. So. It's not fun. You could have IBS, you could have SIBO, it could be any of those things. So I would definitely go to a doctor and have it checked out because it feels like it's not. And the gut is a little bit complicated for the purpose of this video to like sort of heal and to do whatever. I'm going to answer with a metaphysical answer. Also, is that the stomach itself, I know you're talking about intestines, but like digestion starts in your mouth and goes all the way down, okay? So like saliva and chewing is the start of the digestive process, and then it works its way down the esophagus, stomach, and all the other stuff. So the emotion that is tied to the gut is fear or worry, and that's the solar plexus area. So that's a really wonderful stone for the solar plexus, Joanne. So anybody out there having digestive issues, okay, solar plexus is yellow. That's the gut, that's the tummy, and that's where the digestion is. So, and worry can be a problem. So one of the pressure points, Chinese acupressure called Jin Shin Jitsu. Okay, this is called jumper cabling, and you want to hold your thumb. Okay, this like just like what I'm doing, holding my thumb like this, and this is the area of the stomach. Okay, so that'll help you. But I would definitely go see a doctor because I feel like it's pretty complex, and you might need a little extra help in that department. It feels like your gut's been a little bit out of balance for a while, but man, it feels very uncomfortable. I'm just going to tell you that. So you should get it checked. All right, everybody. So I'm going to pull a card for this full moon energy that we have coming on Sunday, okay? I will be talking to you guys on next Monday. Mercury, just so that you know, on that Monday Mercury is going to form a conjunction with Neptune. That's next Monday on the 29th, and we might be a little out of it that day. So that might be one of those like floaty Mondays where it's like, God, the weekend's already over. Like, it might be a little weird that Monday. So hopefully everybody will remember that I am going to be broadcasting next Monday, same time, same place, 9 p.m. Eastern time on Facebook, on Instagram, and then I will post it also on YouTube. So I'm just going to pull a card. What do we all need to know, okay, for this full moon, for our relationships, our Libra? Do we stand up for ourselves in our Aries energy, or do we meld with another and partner and do teamwork with the Libra side? So let's see what we're going to end up doing. So what do we need to know about this Libra Aries energy, the full moon coming at 8 degrees Libra on Sunday, and the week ahead? What do we all need to know? What's the most important message? Look, couldn't even, there you go, you got passion. Yeah, I mean, like I said, this energy that's coming with this Mars stuff tomorrow is passionate. Aries is passionate, okay? This is Archangel Haniel. Trust and follow your renewed passion for your love life and or career. I told you guys, love life is going to be ignited, okay? For good or for bad. I always tell people when these big astrological like kind of energies happen, we kind of, if we're limping our way into the energy, it's going to be hard and yucky. But if we just are like centered and grounded and we're already good, then it's just a little blip. It's not anything big, you know. Or even it could be positive. It could help us, and it could be wonderful because it could renew our passion for our love life and or career. This, I feel like this was for you, Stephanie, because this is both passion for love life and for career. But that's the thing of it, is that it's really good to have both. You know, remember, we want to have value, okay, in our business world, but in our personal world too. You know, it's really hard to have just value in one and not the other. You know, you want to raise both of those up at the same time. So I hope that helps everybody. If anybody out there wants to check me out, GretchenHidell.com on my website has all my information. If you click on the little tab that says Intuitive Astrology Readings, that's where you will find information about my personal appointments. And if you'd like to schedule, please text me. That's the best way. I have not yet gotten my online scheduler. It's a learning curve because I'm actually not super tech savvy, even though I do a ton of technical stuff. It takes me a long time to learn it. So please have patience with me, and thank you so much. So please go ahead and check out my YouTube page, my website, and all the good stuff. So thank you, everybody, for the birthday wishes, and I wish you guys all the much love, health, happiness, and success that this wonderful full moon is going to bring us all. Okay? All right, everybody. Happy Monday night, and I'll see you all again next week.